Hi, this is Roxanne, and this little mini video has to do with the theme analysis. I've had a handful of emails from students who just aren't really sure what a theme is or what the theme analysis is. And so I thought I would address some of the questions in this little mini tutorial. First, let me put my glasses on because I can't even see what I typed. Okay. Oh, hi. Okay. So let's take a look here. Strategy. Find a passage that speaks to you. That's what I typically do is when I'm reading, I find myself drawn to a certain passage, and I know that I'm probably going to want to use that at some point, and I keep reading, and then I go back, and then I think, what is significant about this passage? For example, in the theme analysis entitled Meet, which is not in your packet, but it is in your learning module. It's one of the student examples written by Seamus O'Malley, who is really me. I loved that horrible passage at the end of chapter 1. It's an awful, horrific passage, but I found myself constantly drawn to it because of, clearly there's child abuse, there's sexual abuse. It's upsetting to even think about it. But I just kept thinking there's something more to that section. And so I just kept going back and going back. And then I realized that the reason that a little girl like Turtle is able to be abused so horribly for such an extended period of time is because she's invisible, because nobody knows who she is. We know that Taylor doesn't even know if it's a boy or a girl once the baby's in the car, or even if she's dead or alive, doesn't know her name. There's nothing known about her. Therefore, she's able to be treated that way. And so then I took it a step further and thought, okay, Turtle represents all people, not just women, but in this case, I did narrow it to women. Turtle represents all women who are invisible, because once a woman is invisible and you cannot see her, then you can hate her, or you can treat her disrespectfully, or misogyny can take place, which is the hatred of women. Because once someone becomes invisible, he or she has no more power. And then I looked back again at that passage and thought, that's what I really like about it. That's what I'm getting out of it. Excuse me. So back to here. I found the passage, and then I determined why I was drawn to it, and only then did I realize that the passage shows us that in society where women are invisible, hatred of women thrives. Okay, and that's a theme. So that's that. Okay, and then here, Turtle became a symbol of all women who are not seen. So the result of that is in the passage I'd already chosen, meaning that the theme was already in the passage I had chosen. I just had to find the theme. So in this way, writing it can be cyclical. Find a theme and then find a passage, or find a passage and then find a theme. Either way. So this is my suggestion. Choose at least 2 passages from chapters that speak to you. And then ask yourself, why? What do I like about this passage? There is always a reason why a passage speaks to you. Always. Remember that art holds a mirror up to nature, and when you're reading this novel, what reflection do you see? For example, Turtle can represent women who are invisible. Turtle can represent people in general who are invisible. Turtle can represent groups of people that are invisible. For example, all of the little girls who are being slaughtered over in Africa, and nobody cares enough to do anything about it because they're girls, number one, and girls don't matter over there. And number 2, it's invisible because we're not seeing them get slaughtered. So we can pretend it doesn't happen. It's not like they're being slaughtered on television. So I'm going to stop with my political stuff. We'll end up here. The theme is the moral of the story. So think about fairy tales. When we were little, we read fairy tales, or our parents forced us to read them, or they read them to us. And here's an example. What is the moral of the story of Little Red Riding Hood? What is the moral? Once you read that story to a child, what do you want that child to learn from that story? So in the same way, there's a moral to the story that King Solliver wrote. There's lots of morals to the story. There's lots of themes to the story. You need to find one that speaks to you. What else? I think that's all I have. Oh, please read the announcements because I created a discussion board for everyone in the class. You can get up to 100 points out of 0, so it's extra credit. Go in there. I already put an example in of what you can do, but go in there and say, look, I'm having trouble with this theme analysis. I really like this theme, but I can't find a passage in chapters 3 through 6. Can someone help me out? Or I really love this passage so much, but I'm not really sure what theme it represents. Can someone help me out? And then you can talk back and forth to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other people, because in a face-to-face class, that's what we would do, but we're not face-to-face. So we'll do faceless to faceless, and we will get this done, and we will help each other out. I will be checking my emails tonight, and I'm working from home tomorrow, so I will be checking my emails through the day. Take care.